Hey, what's up, y'all? It's me from Autism Hood Media. Let's come here and talk real quick. This morning, my son had a meltdown. A couple of them. I mean, it is what it is, right? The meltdown. Um, the funny thing is, what I wanted to actually come on here and talk about was when I was on Twitter a little while ago. I had a couple people send me a message. A couple people send me some comments saying I should go buy a punching bag and teach my son to punch the punching bag to relieve stress, aggression, or whatever, right? Okay, first of all, my son can't even make a fist. Like, he literally cannot ball up his hands. He cannot make a fist to punch anybody. He's never punched anybody in his life. He mostly scratches and throws things. Now, my son, he's a very, very timid type of kid. He's not violent at all. He doesn't purposely go around hurting anybody. He doesn't purposely go around trying to do harm to anybody. If anything, he just wants to go hang with people and have fun and kick it and do kid shit. That's really all he wants to do. He ain't trying to hurt nobody or nothing like that. He has a lot of emotional problems. A lot of emotional problems. And his whole thing is whenever he does have a meltdown, he does get violent sometimes. Like, he'll scratch me, or he'll pick up random things and throw them, or stuff like that. But for the most part, he's just not violent, man. And that's not his problem. That's not his issue. His issue is not being violent. His issue is not even being aggressive. He's, like I said, he has a lot of emotional problems. And the root of my son's frustration is not being able to express himself. He has trouble expressing himself. He has trouble telling people what he wants. He has trouble telling people what he needs. He can't tell you if he doesn't like something, or he just can't tell you if something's bothering him. Like, he's verbal, and yes, he can talk, but it's mostly scripted speech, and just mostly the stuff he's heard throughout the day. He repeats it over and over and that kind of thing. He can talk to me, he can ask me questions, and he can tell me little things that he did throughout the day and stuff like that. But for the most part, he gets frustrated a lot, because he just can't express himself. Now, in my opinion, giving him a punching bag and just teaching him to punch something is not going to help him. It's not going to solve the problem, because the problem is he can't express himself. And if you really think about it, try living your whole day without expressing yourself. Try living one day without being able to tell people how you feel, without being able to tell people what you want, without being able to ask for what you want, without being able to refuse what you don't want. Try living your life like that for just one day and see if you keep your shit together. See if you're calm. See if you go punch a fucking punching bag and see if that solves your fucking problem. Because it's not. Going to punch a fucking punching bag is not going to teach my son how to express himself. All it's going to teach him is, if he can't tell you what he wants, he's going to come and fucking punch you. You know what I'm saying? That's what the fuck that's going to teach him. So instead of teaching my son to do shit like that, I prefer to teach him how to express himself and how to communicate how he's feeling, how to communicate what's going on, and how to ask for help. Because going to punch a punching bag or doing stupid shit like that, it's not gonna help him. Punching bags ain't gonna teach him how to fucking ask for shit. You know, that's my job. That's what I'm here for, to guide him in the right direction. Now I understand releasing aggression. I understand violence. Believe me, I understand violence. I grew up around a lot of violent people, very violent people. I understand violence 100%. And that's not something my son needs to even get involved in, because he's not a violent kid. He's a very, very sweet kid. He's a very nice kid. He's a loving, kind, very timid kid. He just has emotional problems and he can't express himself. And you know, when you can't express yourself, of course you're gonna get pissed off. Of course you're gonna get mad. Of course you're gonna fucking wanna pick shit up and throw shit, because you can't tell motherfuckers what you want. You can't tell a motherfucker what you need. Like, I'm serious. Try doing that shit. Try it. Try it for one fucking day. Try to go one day without being able to ask for shit, without being able to tell people how you feel, without being able to express your opinion, without being able to do any fucking thing. And whatever people give you, you just gotta accept it. Now, try doing that for one fucking day. And then maybe you'll see how kids like my son feel all the fucking time. I mean, you know, the fuck you think? If you can't express yourself, of course you gonna get pissed off and fucking have meltdowns and get emotional and shit. That's just how it go, you know? So I just have to teach him, you know, to express himself. Find ways to help him, you know, be able to ask for what he needs or be able to say how he feels. And that's what we're working on. We're working on that shit every day, at home and at school. And he's getting better at it, but it just takes time and it takes patience. And yes, we lose a lot of shit. A lot of shit gets broken. A lot of shit gets ruined. But you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. But anyway, I just wanted to come on here and get this off my chest and just say my piece, how I feel about this shit. And I just really feel kids like my son that can't properly express themselves, teaching them to punch things, and teaching them to try to release aggression or whatever, is no point, because it's not an aggression. It's not an aggression issue. It's not. It's a communication issue, and that's what needs to be addressed, is the communication, not aggression. Not in my son's case, and not in kids like my son's case. It's just not about that. It's just not.